Hi, this is Simon Obstell and welcome to another quick tip for Apple Motion. And today I want to show you how to make this groovy halftone effect, which can be as simple as this or as wild and crazy as this. So let's take a look. Okay, for this project, let's go with 1920, 1080, 24 frames a second, duration of 10 seconds. Let's come over to the library, generators, grab a color solid. Let's make it black. Let's then grab our text tool and type out our word, center align it, make it absolutely huge, and then just move it into the center of the frame like that. Let's call this group text. Let's grab our color solid and option drag it into a new group, and let's call this group blur. And into this group, let's add a circle. I'm just going to turn on the HUD because I want a white fill and no outline. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a nice fat circle like that, and I'm going to feather it out like so. Really doesn't matter too much what these are like. So then I'm just going to duplicate that, and let's just move it over to, say, here. Okay, let's turn off this blur group. Let's come back to our text group. First thing we want to do is to come to Filters, Blur and Compound Blur. Let's add our blur group as the source. Let's set the amount to 256. Then we want to add masks and keying Luma keyer. Can leave that at the defaults for now. Then we want to add stylize halftone. And on top of that, we want to add color and threshold. Just going to crank up the halftone scale to something like 15, and we can just adjust that threshold down to maybe 0.2, so we've got nice solid areas with no halftone, and then we've got these areas with the halftone in it. And then if we come back to our circles and we just move them around, you can see that we can affect the area that is getting that halftone treatment. So a couple of other things we could do is we could turn off that halftone, and after that Luma keyer, we could add in stylize and line screen instead. Looks like that. Or we could use stylize and hatch screen, and that looks like that. So a couple of options there. Let's turn back on our halftone, and just want to point out that if you want to just adjust the look of it a little bit, you can come into the Luma keyer matte tools and the levels, and you can crunch these two together just to get a more solid result if that's what you want. So just for a final bit of fun, let's make a clone of our text group. So right click, make clone layer. Let's add an image mask to this clone layer. So right click, add image mask. Let's use the blur group as the source, switch to luminance and invert it. And then we can take our clone and we can come to stylize and fill, and we can give it whatever color we want. Let's go a little bit crazy, and let's select this group, come to glow, add a nice neon to that to make it look really crazy. And if we want to affect the color of our halftone, we could come back into the threshold here, select the light color and just adjust that to taste, as gross as we want to make it. And, coming back to our circles, moving those around gives us a rather interesting compound effect. So anyway, there you go. That's how to make this. Very, very simple. Hope you have lots of fun with it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.